In your notebooks, let's write customary measurements. Now, these are the measurements that we are most familiar with. But as you're going to find out, the metric system is a whole lot easier. Okay? Because the metric system is based off of just base 10, basically. And so because of that, the digits never change. Customary measurements, there's a whole lot more involved in it. Okay, so we're going to hold off 1 second before you write. We're going to make 3 columns of conversions, okay? So, on the left side over the whole way, I want you to write length. And then in the middle, write mass. And then all the way to the right, you're going to write volume. So just save space. Now, when we measure in customary measurements, what's the smallest unit that we measure in? Inches. After inches comes what? Feet. Okay, so 12 inches equals 1 foot. After feet come what? Yards. 3 feet equals 1 yard. After yards comes what? Miles. 1,760 yards equals 1 mile. Now I'm also going to give you another measurement. 5,280 feet equals 1 mile as well. When we measure mass or measure weight, what is the smallest unit that we measure weight with?
1 gram.
That's the metric system.
Ounce.
Ounces. After ounces comes?
Pounds.
Pounds. Okay, so under mass, 16 ounces equals 1 pound. People have asked me in the past, why do we use the abbreviation LB for pound, and I forget. I have no idea why. I can check the internet to find out what the LB comes from. Okay? Ounces, I don't know if the O is obviously for the O in ounces. Where they come with the Z, maybe Mrs. Feldman can tell us. So I don't know where we got the LB for pound either. Okay? After pounds comes what? Candid?
Liters?
Nope, that's metric system for volume. Ton. 2,000 pounds equals 1 ton. And now for volume, what's the smallest unit that we measure volume with? Kelton?
Gram.
That's metric system, that's for mass.
Isn't it ounces?
Fluid ounces.
Yeah.
Okay, after fluid ounces comes what?
Cups.
Cups. 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. After cups comes what?
Quarts.
Nope.
Pints.
Pints. 2 cups equal 1 pint. After pint,
Quart.
quarts. 2 pint equals 1 quart. After quart, Kelton,
Gallon.
gallon. 4 quart equals 1 gallon. Now, you will not be required to memorize these at this point. But it's good to know them. But on a test and on homework, most times you will be given that. If not, on the homework, you can you can resort to your notebooks to find them. Okay? Now, when converting customary measurements, step 1. We're going to write the problem. Step 2. Bring down the given number. Good. Step 3. You're going to look at the conversion chart. To determine if changing to a smaller or bigger number. If we're changing to a larger number, what do you think we're going to do? Multiply or divide? Multiply. And obviously, if going to a small number, we're going to divide. Step 4. Multiply or divide by the number on the line of the chart. Now, whatever. As I wrote that, I'm thinking, oh, I should have reworded some things a little bit differently, but you'll get the idea. I wish I would have added one more step. That's okay. Now, for the sake of being in class, I'm going to number these lines. Okay? You don't need to number them when you're in your notebook. So this is line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, you don't need to number them. This is just for being able to make it easier to communicate with you guys. Okay, so example. If we have 5 yard equals blank feet. The first thing that you would do on your paper, you would write 5 yard equals blank feet. That's step 1. Step 2, it says bring down the given number. We're given the 5. So we're going to bring down the 5. Now this is the step that I wanted to put down, that I would put as step 3, but I didn't do it. We're dealing with yards and feet. What line deals with yards and feet in our conversion? Right?
Line.
Which one? What line has yards and feet?
Number 2.
Line 2. Now, in our problem, we want to find feet. In line 2, does feet have the bigger number or the smaller number?
Bigger number.
Bigger number. So we want to find the bigger number. So we want to find the bigger number, what are we going to do?
Multiply.
We're going to multiply. Then it says we're going to multiply or divide by the number on the line of the chart. So what number do you think we're going to multiply by? Since we're dealing with line 2. What do you think we're going to multiply with? The 3. Would we ever multiply or divide with the 1?
No.
No, because it doesn't change it. Okay? We'll never multiply or divide by the 1. We're always going to multiply by the other number on that particular line. So we're going to multiply by 3. 5 times 3 is?
15.
15. And so 5 yards is equal to 15 feet. Oh, absolutely. Another example. Eight cups equals blank pint. So step 1 tells us we're going to do what?
Write down the problem.
Which we already have it. You should have already written it down.
Bring down the 8.
We're going to bring down the given number. That's the 8. Now here we go with the step that I forgot to write down. But we're dealing with cups and pint. What line has cups and pint, Fabian?
8.
Line 8. We want to find pint. In line 8, does pint have the bigger number or the smaller number? Yours. The smaller number. So to find the smaller number, we're going to do what? Divide. In line 8, what number do we multiply or divide by? That? 2. So we're going to divide by 2. And 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 8 cups are equal to 4 pints. Okay? We'll do one more example. Actually, we'll do 2 more examples.
Oh, wow. I'm running out of space.
Okay? Let's say we have 3 gallon equals blank pint. What dilemma do we have? Camden. We have a dilemma. What is our dilemma, Rex?
Gallon and pint are in the same line.
There's no gallon and pint in the same line. What unit connects gallons to pint?
Quart.
Quart. So in this situation, the first thing we need to do is we need to change the 3 gallon into court. Okay, so now, first thing we're going to do is what, Keegan?
You're gonna go to
Did we do step one? Write the problem.
yeah, write the problem.
We did that.
Bring down the given number.
So I'm going to bring down what?
3.
The 3.
Look at the check to determine which.
Okay, what line has down in court? Jasmine? Line 10. We want to find court. In line 10, does court have the bigger number or the smaller number? Bigger number, so we're going to multiply. What are we going to multiply by?
4.
4. 3 times 4 is?
12.
12. So now we are at 12 court. Now we're going to take this 12 court. Now we can change them into pint. So with that, what's the first thing I'm going to do?
Bring your given number down.
Which I'm going to bring down to what?
12.
12. Nate, what line has quart and pint in?
4 and 9.
Line 9. I want to find what?
The bigger.
Well, I want to find pint.
Pint.
In line 9, does pint have the bigger number or the smaller number?
Smaller. Pint bigger.
Yep, because here's line 9. Quart has a 1, pint has a 2. Pint has the bigger number, so I'm going to
Times.
multiply.
And multiply.
What am I going to multiply by?
1. And the 2.
Yeah, we never multiply by the 1 or divide by the 1 because that doesn't change anything. So we're going to multiply by 2. And 12 times 2 is?
24.
24. So now we have 24 pints. So 3 gallon is equal to 24 pints. Okay? Questions about that? We'll do one more example. "60 inches equals blank yards." Let me change it. Let's make it 72 inches. Sorry about that. What are we going to do first, Camden?
Write the problem.
What am I going to write down?
72 inches equals blank yard.
Okay, I already have that. Now what am I going to do?
Bring down the given number.
Brett,
Try to find what line inches and yards are in.
and then is what line?
No line.
So Camden, I'm coming back to you. What do I have to do in this situation? Nate,
Write down 72 inches, then make the yard feet.
exactly. We can't go from inches to yards. But what unit connects inches to yards? Feet. So we're going to change the 72 inches into feet. Okay? Now, Camden, what am I going to do?
Got the 72 again.
Bring the 72 down. Now, I find out what line has inches and feet, which is which line?
1.
I want to find what?
Feet.
Is that the bigger number or smaller number?
Smaller
So
number.
I'm going to divide. What am I going to divide by?
12.
And 72 divided by 12, classes? 6. So, 72 inches equals 6 feet. What's the next step I'm going to do? Alexa,
Right, 6 feet equals 1 yard.
Inaris, what am I going to do now? Which is? Next thing? I want to find out what line. What line am I going to use? Okay, I want to find what? What am I trying to find? Okay, so now, yards is what? So I'm going to divide. Divide by what? And 6 divided by 3 is? And so, 72 inches is 2 yards. Okay? Questions? The reason that the metric system is a lot easier is, once again, you don't have to memorize all these different numbers and different things. The nice thing about with my steps, you move up, decimal moves to the right, move down, decimal goes to the left. Move up, you multiply, you move down, you divide. However many steps. With customary measurements, you can't do it like that. It's a little bit more difficult. Okay? Let's get out your board. Now, for the sake of time and also careless mistake, I will allow you to use calculators for this. So you can also get your calculators out. However, you're still going to do it the same way. You're going to write down everything. It's just that you're going to be allowed to use calculators.
Nor do I. It says here. I have 2 of my list.
Ah, you're a hoarder.
I don't know that. Wait, person. Come on. Think.
Okay. £3 equals blank ounces. So right now you should be doing step 1. No one should be even touching your calculator at this point. Now do step 2. Now do step 3. And then step 4. Let's check, see if everybody's at the same point. Step 1, you should have written this down. Step 2, you should have brought down to 3. Step 3, we're going to look at the chart. Okay, I'm dealing with pound and ounces. That's which line? 5. I want to find what? Ounces. In line 5, is ounces the bigger number or smaller number, Nate?
Bigger.
So we're going to multiply. And we're going to multiply by what? 16. Okay, everybody should have that at this point. And this is where you can use your calculator to multiply it. And Thad, your answer is?
48.
And so you would have 48 ounces. Keep in mind, just because you're using calculators does not mean that I don't want you to write this down. Okay, write this step down, and then once you write that down, now you can use a calculator. But don't use the calculator first. Okay, let's do another one. "72 cups equals blank fluid ounces." Do steps 1 through 4, and then show me your board. Check your stat. Oh, sorry, you're okay. Nate, you're wrong. Infusion errors. Check yours. Can I see your board, Fabian? Come on, you didn't do step 1. I'm sorry, step 2. Can you see your threat? Check yours, Camden. Keegan, let me see yours. Okay. Step 2 is to do what, Fabian?
To write the 72 on the
Bring the 72 down. That doesn't take any intelligence. Just bring that number down. You should be able to do that. Now, we're going to look at the chart. Do we have fluid ounces and cups?
Yes.
What line, Fabian? 7. Now, what are we trying to find, Fabian? Look here, what are we trying to find? What we want to find? We have identified that we're using line 7. We want to find fluid ounces, so we look at line 7. Does fluid ounces have the bigger number or the smaller number? Maybe we need to go back. We have a 1 with the cups and 8 with the fluid ounces. Okay, 8 is a bigger number. So to find the bigger number, we're going to multiply. What are we going to multiply by? 72 times 8, which is what class?
576.
76. Okay, erase it. "36 quart equals blank gallon." Do steps 1 through 4. Don't worry about solving it yet. Just do steps 1 through 4. yet, Trey. Did we dissolve it yet, Alexa? What, Keegan? Emergency, you're gonna be going for that in 30 seconds. Good. Who's here, Brett? Sorry. Checkers, Jasmine. Checkers, Camden. And Eric, come see yours. Let's check it once. First thing we're going to do, you know.
Wait, look at the chart.
Well, okay, see if we have porting down. Do we have porting down in the same line?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so now the first thing we're going to do,
Bring down the given number.
so we're going to bring down the,
36.
okay, once again, that does not take any effort, any brain knowledge or anything like that. It's just a matter of bringing it down. Okay, everybody, that should be a given. So now, we know we have quart and gallon. Camden, what do we want to find?
Down.
In line 10, is gallon the bigger number or the smaller number? So we're going to divide. Guys, you should go through the same thought process every single time. You got to think it through, step by step. Finding gallon. Gallon is the smaller number. To find the smaller number, I'm going to divide. What do I divide by? 4. And then obviously 36 divided by 4 is 9. But it's talking yourself through the steps. Okay? It sounds silly, it sounds baby, but you need to self-talk yourself through the steps. Okay? Say the same things to yourself every time. Okay, put those away, you're going to Z. When we come back,